It's going to sound really counterintuitive, okay? But we're going to have a nice gentle stretch today because Rod's been off for a while with a leg injury, okay? Anything you can't do, let me know and I'll change it up, okay? So we're literally going to do the most gentle stretch ever. Hopefully you can do a lot. But again, Julie told me off, she's like, don't do anything crazy with stretching. And I was like, sounds so strange. But I guess I am a bit ambitious when it comes to stretching. Okay, so this is a stretch that I like to do from time to time. Basically, I have an old school Tang Soo stretch that my brother will remember. And you know, it can take 45 minutes to do because there's so many bits to it. But again, we're going to go super slow. So hands on and your hips are nice and relaxed. Okay, each move is going to be 2 breaths. We're going to hold it for extra long. Okay, so you're going to lean your head over one side and just close your eyes if you want. Take 2 breaths in. Do that. And head over to the side. And then head back. And head forward. And over the head to one ear. And head over the other. Okay. You know, just like roll the shoulders forward. Roll the shoulders back. And start to the arms back. Roll arms forward. A little bit of coordination. Both arms front, one arm back, one arm forward. Go the other way. Okay. And take one arm across and give it a hug. And one of the things that I've added on with this one is like to turn my palm all the way up and turn it all the way around to the tricep and the shoulder, a little bit of flossing. Take that same arm behind you. Fantastic, change arms. Across, and you can swivel the wrists up and down. And take the same arm behind your head. So I'm going to do some wrist stretches, so I always miss out, but you should really do. Grab the fingers, push the palm of the heel forward. And you can experiment with taking my hands higher, put more tension on it. Turn the fingers one way and turn them the other way. Get a different feel. Good. Change hands. Start up low. Slowly. Raise up. Where you feel the right side of tension in your forearm. Twist the fingers one way, another way. This one's a bit my fingers are down. You grab thumb to little finger. And you bring the fingertips, basically trying to get your little finger to your nose. You just do that 5 times. Squeeze at the top. I don't know if this stretch is any good for you, but again, I remember doing it all the time when I was younger. Yeah. And then we're going to start to use our waist and just tap over here. So it's like a very gentle waist movement, nice and chill, just let the arms go. Like that. Excellent. Now we're going to make it a little bit bigger. We're going to do one elbow behind us and one chop. And we're going to do a little bit elbow, chop. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start to do circles with your waist. Keep your head as still as possible. Change direction. And take the hips side to side. And push to one side. Get the arm over. Couple of options you can do here. One people like to do is keep the hand behind the head and twist like that. Another one is to let the hand go down, bring the fingertips over to reach. And another variation is to grab onto your wrist and pull even more. So whatever works for you, just feel that side body, the oblique open up. And then up to the other side, come over, so go. And behind. Got reaching, and we've got grabbing. Okay, from here, interlock the hands, and very simple exercise. I'll show you this from this side. What's going to happen is you're going to push your fingertips out and round your spine. So come up, breathe in, and round your spine over. 2, 3, 4. Keep those fingers interlaced. Have your feet about shoulder apart. Take it over your head and come up onto the tiptoes. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold them up there for 5 seconds. Then come down. Now interlock your hands behind your back. And again, very simply, not rounding here, but just push your arms out so you feel a stretch in your shoulders and your chest. Down and relax. And then without rounding forward, just lift your arms up as high as possible. It won't go very high. It's very flexible. Shoulders. And this 5th one, round forward, nice and gentle. Round forward, and then tip to one side and tip the other. And put a generous bend in your knees this stage because we're still warming up. Excellent. Come up. And take your hands above your knees and circle out to a knee. Which direction? Okay, good. Bring some balances now. So again, focus on something in the room. Lift one leg and over the leg. We're going to do 10 ankle circle going forward one way. Change direction. Good. Change leg. Let's put something forward first. It's that circle. Direction. Good. And now bring your leg behind you. Try and get the knees together. Roll your shoulders back and push your hips forward. Now feel free to stay here if this is intense for you. The balance is a little bit more stable. Use that relief forward a little bit. In. Good. Come up. And switch legs. Take one leg behind. Feel free to stay there or progress. Excellent. Brilliant. Okay. Now, again, you found those balances difficult. For these next two, you probably put your hand on the wall. But if I can explain, you might be in a position where you can only grab onto your ankle, and that's okay. But progressively, you'll be working closer to your front of your kneecap and pulling that out to the side for this stretch here. Okay, so if you need to put your hand on the wall, probably go for it. Otherwise, just pull your knee up to the side. I'll show you two versions. So you get 10 seconds to chill out here. Feel free to stay there or grab the top of your trouser leg, straighten out the leg. Good. And change. I'll ask one step. So start grabbing your ankle. But slowly, you want to be working that hand to the front sort of part of your kneecap. Pulling the knee back, so knee, hip, standing heel, rolling up. And feel free to stay there or grab your trouser leg and extend the leg. Okay, excellent. Good. Excellent shake. Okay, last. We'll do two more balances. This next one, again, the basic one is just grab onto your heel. Just grabbing your heel like this. It's fantastic. Or if you can with the other hand, wrap over and grab the front of your shin for this side kick chamber. This is the best way to practice your side kick chamber. No fancy one for this one, it's just one hand to two hands. Okay, switch. Again, the basic variation is just to grab onto the heel. Stay still, the advanced version, just to grab the front of your shin and pull in close with the big toe down. Okay, cool. Last balance is tree pose. But in the martial art, we tend to have this standing figure four stretch. So again, number one is can you stand like this, which is kind of like a tree pose. Number two is, can you grab your foot and bring it closer to your sort of groin hip area? Okay. That's it. Level two. Level three is, can you grab your bicep with the other hand? So you stay there. If you're not feeling anything yet, you can start to sit into the stretch. Bring your elbows to your shin. Again, if that's going well for you, grab onto your leg. If that's going well for you, you can reach for blocks or the floor. But I'm not feeling that flexible today, so that's okay. Okay, got the change. So again, lots of different levels. But the main thing is we're working on the foot stabilizing muscles, which I guess are the most important muscles. So one is like this, like a modified figure four. We pose. Number two is like this, we grab on the foot. Number three is grabbing on the biceps. You push your hip forward, and then the advanced version, you sit into it like a chair pose. This side's being a bit more open. Okay, cool. All right. So they were the balances. We've got now going into the lower body. So we start off feet wide and put the forearm out here and just rock back and forth. I remember every class doing this stretch, and there used to be this bit where you would grab here and they would turn the toes forward and they would say, grab your ankles. And all I would think about was the small muscles moving in my feet and my ankles, which made it difficult to grip onto. Good. And then straighten your legs. Always remember that. Okay, so you can put your hands where you want to. I prefer to put them on the floor. If I put my feet, that's fine. My favorite ways to warm up the hips and the hamstring is to sit down as low as we can. And this is where, when I was training with Master Whitney, I added on, look up and smile, and then forward, go forward. So just do 5 of those. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And roll up. Keep one leg out into your warrior 1. And straighten that leg. Your hands behind your back. Fold over that front leg. So you feel sensation. Should I do it? And then bend the knee again. Turn the toe over for crescent lunge. See the hips will go a little bit lower. Hip flexor. And now I'm going to put 2 hands down on the floor. To start with, I'm going to pick my opposite hand, front leg forward, so open up my chest. And then I'm going to take the hand over my head, if you can. Quite unique feeling. And I'm going to put that hand down and twist, and then the hand up this side. Put that hand, put it straight. And bring that hand over your head. Straight. And now we're going to take the hands to the floor again, and we're going to let the front foot, roll over onto the blade of the foot. Now, these don't have to be particularly deep push-ups. We're just trying to floss the hip out. You're going to bend your arms as much as you feel comfortable and straighten. Okay? We're going to do 10 little mini push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what I always remember people doing was they try to get their hand like underneath this foot, like that made a huge difference. I don't know what that does for a stretch. So you take the hand underneath there, or more commonly now what I teach is if you get lower now, you can put it on your forearms. That's like a little bit lower. Okay. And then drop the back knee. Now from here, just to add on, we're just going to do a little floss stretch here. So push forward and then straighten the leg and sit back. So we're going to do 10 of these because they feel nice. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to sit back on that heel. You either have toes curled or not. Just sit back and then go back to a little bit of balance. You grab your toes with one hand. Brilliant. Grab your toes with the opposite hand. Put a bit of a twist on it. And then last option is to grab the both. Okay, and then we're going to stand up. Both legs straight. Stretch towards that front straight leg. Again, you can have your hands on your leg. Have your fingers on your toes. You know, fingertips, knuckles, palms to the floor. Wherever you are, just fold over that front leg. And we're going to bend the knee, walk the hands forward, come up onto one leg, and we're going to do 10 back kicks. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feel how warm one leg is. Okay? And you get to do everything on the inside. Turn out into your warrior 1 or warrior 2. Straighten that front leg, hand behind the back and fold forward. Now, bend the front knee again, turn the back foot over the bottom foot. You can get the hips a little bit lower. Bring the hand down to the floor. Lift one hand up, pull up the chest. Other hand up. That's it. There we go. Don't forget to breathe. And again, we're going to take that arm all the way over the head. And bring that hand down. Switch and twist. Twist and lunge. You can take the arm over the head. Bring both hands to the floor. Roll the front foot over the blade of the foot. And 10 mini push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can drop your forearms to the floor. If not, just take your hands to the leg, get a little bit lower. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Drop your back into the floor and sit over. Front leg, toes curled. Not. Stretch forward. Grab the same hand. Grab the opposite hand. Test your balance and grab the book. And then stand both. Legs up. Legs straight, stretch towards that front leg. Hands on your legs or fingertips. That goes arms to the floor. And bend the knee, come up onto one leg. And 10 little back kicks. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then sit on the floor. And then hug one leg in to your hip. And then grab the inside top of that foot, and take it out in front of you. You just grab half the foot, make it a little bit easier for you. Move the fingers to just grab the fat sole bit of your big toe. That's it. Okay, and then bring it in. This time, hug it to your chest. Either hold it like a cradle, or you can bicep curl it. You should feel it in your glute now, up the hip. Feel good. And then grab the outside of the foot and take it up higher this time. Don't forget to breathe. There we go. Good. And then last one, bring the foot to the head, not the head to the foot. And then grab the heel, take it out to the side. So don't think that's it, go lower and move the side, that's it. Like you're kicking someone who's sat next to you. Breathe, relax. Okay, good. And change legs. So get into the groin first. Nice and gentle. So if you're running this like this half the foot there, one doing your fingers on the half of the foot. So you're trying to grab the whole thing. That's it. There. And now take it out straight. A bit easier, yeah? And breathe. It's almost straight. So use this other hand now to straighten it out. And when you can get that straight, you know you're making progress. That's the one thing I love about the stretch. Because it's nice and testable. Can't do it for the longest time and suddenly you can do it. And bring it in. And cradle it or bicep curl it to your chest. And feel the glute working. Grab the outside of the foot. Take it a little bit higher. And bring the foot to the hand. And grab the heel and take it out to the side. And it comes with a butterfly stretch. Okay. Now, with your butterfly stretch, different people push down differently. Some people can push down with their hands. I'm not one of those people. I can't do that. I need to push down with my elbows, and even my elbows feel like I can't push down very hard. So what I try and do is I try and grab in front of my shins and kind of lock my forearm onto my shin bone. And that works for me. So whatever works for you, do that. But I'm just going to do the 3 breaths. I'm going to breathe in and look out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe in, look out, breathe out. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Come on. Now, this is where I've sort of changed on this. Years ago, we always just have the foot forward like this. And for some reason, for me, if I take the foot at an angle, it feels like I can open up more. So I'm just going to show you why I've changed it. So again, reach for that toe or foot or leg, whatever you can do, while pushing down the other knee. You got 2 things going on. You got your hand, well, 3 things basically: hamstring, calf, and the hip of your other leg. Okay, good. And if you can reach with that one hand, reach over the other one. And again, a couple of things you can do. You can take the hand behind the head, open up that side body. You grab onto the arm, slide down to the forearm, pinch the big toe, or fall completely over your leg. Now, this is why I like the leg going to the side. There's another stretch you can do here where you go straight forward. I find that one's a good one. You got blocks for your hands, you kind of rest forward. It's not quite as intense as a butterfly, not quite as intense as the single leg forward fold, but it still is nice and relaxing. That's why I tend to take my leg up to the side now, and then change to the side. Probably do the same thing when you put out straight. Psychologically, I feel it now. Okay, so reach with one hand while pushing down the knee. And again, on different sides, you might feel it in different areas. So when I had my legs the other way around, I felt it more in my hip. On this side, I feel it more in my calf. So it's a yoga thing, but what they say is try and breathe into that muscle or part of your body that's tense. Try and relax it, wherever it might be tense. Okay, and then reach over with the other arm, either behind your head or to your arm. One of the things you have to keep telling yourself is don't jam myself into the position. If your body's saying no, don't go there, just back off a little bit. And then what usually happens is if you stay there for a little bit and breathe, your body kind of goes, okay, we'll let you have it because you were patient. And then rock to the front. Come on. Take our legs out wide, but don't go to your maximum yet. Wherever your hands are behind you on your legs, just make circles. And change direction. Make circle, maybe a little bit bigger if you can. Okay, so sit up tall. Here's a stretch that no one does, but it's really good for you. Just point your toes, plantar flex, and curl your toes, dorsal flex. Let's do that 5 or 6 times. So point, get a stretch at the top of the foot, and then curl. And now, see if you've got a little bit wider. Okay, so now when we're wider, we're going to lean side to side. Bunch of ways you can do this. Reaching with the fingers, that's easier. Maybe you can drop your elbow to your knee, or maybe you can drop forearm to the floor one side and reach over. Wherever you are, just going to go side to side. That's it. And one last time, work to your maximum now. And we'll just do the 3 breaths. So breathing in, looking up, breathing out, rolling back. Breathing in, coming up, breathing out. One more time, breathe in, coming up, breathing out, rolling down and forward, lean on something, your block, your hand. That's about it. Okay, good. Let's bring those legs in. Windscreen wipe with them. And lying your back and figure 4. Stretch your glute. Okay, so your information is next variation is not calm at all. If you want to stay in your figure 4, that's fine. This old school thing was you used to straighten that leg and then reach for the trouser or the shin to make like a double hamstring and glute stretch. You don't want to do this one, I totally understand. But again, it's just a variation you do all the time when you're stretching. And switch sides. First of all, just grab for the leg or the shin. Pull in. You would like to try the variation. You can. It down and bring one knee in to your chest, point the other leg out, and like area just roll over that and change direction. Pull the knee out to the side while keeping both shoulders on the floor. And switch hands, bring the knee over the body. Want to lean your top knee and block. That could be good. Want to tuck your big toe behind your knee. You can also. And then switch sides. Again, then again. Start to roll the ankle over. Which direction? Pull the knee up the side, keep the shoulders on the floor. And bring the knee across the body. And twist. Okay, now we're just gonna take the feet out, arms out, final Shavasana meditation. To breathe in, so I again got to do at the start of the class. I'll tell you now, people forget next week. What I heard was you can breathe in 3 sections and then slowly breathe out, or you can breathe in once and then breathe out in 3 sections. But one is to energize the body and one is to calm the body. I believe the breathing in 3 sections is supposed to energize the body. So since we're calming down, we're going to take one deep breath into the nose. And then imagine that your body was like compartments, stomach, lung, and head. And just breathe out a third of the air from your stomach. Breathe out from the middle of your body. Breathe out from the very top of your body. In your own time, you can do either one. I'm pretty sure. Do that in 3 sections is the relaxing. Your own time, slowly roll to the side. Sit on. Yeah, we're okay. You feeling wrong? Good to be back? Nothing spasmed or went?
No, it's a bit of a
Yeah. But it's not a stinging pain.
no pain at all.
Amazing. That's what I like to hear. No pain at all. That's the best thing. That's good.